Recently, the pilot industry has been in need of new pilots. According to CNN, the pilot industry will begin to suffer in a few years from a shortage of pilots. To discuss this issue, we sat down with Mike Hodorowski, a former United States Air Force pilot. This is what he had to say.
Why do we need more pilots? I'm a math guy, so I'll explain this to you. The population's growing. You got more people wanting to visit more places throughout the world. You know, the world's getting smaller, so we have a need for people to fly these jets so we can get people around the world safely. Right now, there is a big shortage with airline pilots, actually, because our younger generation's thinking that it might be a little too hard to become a pilot. I flew jets. They can teach you how to do that. You just have to have the will and the oomph to go for it. How does having more pilots benefit the community? Well, it's a supply and demand type deal here. If you have a lot of very trained, a very large amount of pilots that can pick up the load for all this customers that want to fly around into the different parts of the world, you're going to have a better quality product. You're going to have safe transportation. You know, there's great benefits on becoming a pilot, and it's a win-win for all of us. What age is best for learning how to fly? If you can drive, you can fly. So just think about that. You're learning to drive a car. You can learn to fly an airplane. Legally, I think there's an age aspect in there where I think, 17, 18 legally that you can get a license, but you can start learning how to fly as 14, 15 years old. So start getting that flight experience. It's all about flight experience. Once you get that, you know, it just keeps compiling, makes yourself more valuable to the airlines. The pay isn't the greatest, I'll be honest with you. Initially, for the first couple years, the pay it's not the best. But once you get over that hump for 2 years, 3 years, pay goes up exponentially. So you're gonna have a great paycheck. You're gonna be able to take care of, you know, your family. You can travel the world. You can just hop into another jet as a passenger and they'll fly you to Italy or any parts of Europe or Asia. So if you like to travel and have a good time, and you know, it's good, honest, hard work, and it's very worthwhile. So I highly recommend it. What are the benefits of starting young as a aviator? Let's look at it for a second. You know, you're younger, you're more willing to take on different types of flying jobs that an older guy might not want to take on, like, for example, flying at night, or, you know, flying and being away from your family. You're young, you don't really have a family yet, so you can take on more of those jobs, get that flight experience, make yourself more valuable to the aviation company, you know, Delta, United, or, you know, there's a lot of smaller regional planes that you can fly. So starting young is best.
Thank you, Mr. Hodo, for your valuable insight. Even after that interview, we still have some unanswered questions about the commercial aviation industry. So we sat down with Alex Wilson, a current student pilot. This is what he had to say.
We need more pilots because the current generation at the airlines is a baby boom generation, which expected by the year 2025 is supposed to be retired or at retirement age, and our generation currently can help fulfill those spots. Having more pilots benefits the community by, just like what I said beginning, a lot of our pilots by the year 2025 will be retiring, and if we have more pilots in the community, that increases the odds of those spots getting filled. Learning to fly, about the age learning to fly is about, I would say, 14 and up, because you can start soloing when you're 16, which means no passengers, but once you're 17, you can apply to get your private pilot's license, which means you can start carrying passengers. The benefits that becoming a pilot provides is you can fly anywhere you want to, basically, in the U.S. I mean, you can go to dinner in another state, you can spend the night at the beach, go to the beach for the day and come back. I mean, it's pretty amazing.
As you can see, the pilot industry is in need of new pilots. If you are interested in becoming a pilot, you can start at superiorflight.com. Thank you for your time. Goodbye.